Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome once again to the United Regional Chamber's weekly update. We try to bring you on some interesting guests and some updated subjects. And boy, do I have an interesting guest today. Hey, we've met once before on my show. I see her all the time. I pick on her all the time. But I want to introduce you to Miss Tracy Silva Barbosa. She's our TDI fellow from Mass Development. Hey, Miss Tracy.
Hi, nice to see you again, Jack.
Good to see you. Tell us a little bit about Tracy first.
Well, as you can probably gather from my background, I have an artistic background. I'm in my studio, my home studio right now. And I've been working with various communities over the past 20 years in many different capacities as far as creative placemaking, public art, and public space activation using art and community. And through my work in New Bedford and Rhode Island, I've also come in contact with Mass Development quite a bit as a funder, as a collaborator, as a place to gain knowledge on how to make larger initiatives happen. So that I was working mainly out of New Bedford, doing public art in what is now a TDI district, one of 13 across the state. TDI means Transformative Development Initiative. So once my neighborhood became a TDI district, they were looking for fellows. So I applied, and Mass Development said, yeah, no, we're going to put you in Attleboro. And I love it. It's kind of a petri dish situation where the work that I've done and has proven to usher change and activate communities. They were like petri dishing me out of there and putting me in Attleboro to work with the really great people that are here.
Well, let's talk about some of the things that you've done here in Attleboro. Let's give everybody an update of TDI. Now has been in place for probably 4 years, but you came aboard a little over a year ago, and there's been significant change since you've come. So tell all the people all the great stuff that has been done since you've arrived.
Sure. Yeah, it's been about a year and 3 months since I landed in Attleboro, and I look at my address book and I'm like, I know 1,000 people in Attleboro in less than a year. It's amazing. I feel like I live there, and it's so wonderful to get to know people who are so dedicated to the community, like you yourself, Jack. And many other people. And some of those people sit on our TDI partnership. We meet every other week. Jack is part of that partnership. And this is a group of downtown Attleboro stakeholders. Some of those people are just regular old citizens. Other people are, they represent public entities like the library and the YMCA and the Attleboro Art Museum. And we just try to update each other and educate each other on what successful communities are doing and how we can activate our own community with this 3 year of focused funding that Mass Development is providing to the downtown. And what we do, we use that funding in various ways. Some of it is through local grant giving, a program called TDI Local. Some of that funding is given through technical assistance. Like last year, we supplied we offered it to all of the small businesses in the downtown district. 20 businesses took advantage of some personalized business help through RevB, which was really great. Some people got logos, some people got new splash pages, some people got financial projections, whatever they needed. So we provided some of that for the downtown businesses. We have another program in TDI in which we hire an adjunct fellow, and the partners at the table decide what kind of fellow do we want. Do we want somebody that is going to sweep the street? Do we want somebody that's going to be so-and-so's assistant? And we chose a media fellow. So this wonderful videographer that is from the Attleboro area. His name's Derek Cameron. He does drone drone photos and really high quality video. So we hired him to do some promotional videos of the small businesses and the wonderful parks we have in downtown. Beautiful, beautiful downtown Attleboro.
Well, it's becoming more and more beautiful with some of the efforts that you've done.
Yes. And with
tell
that,
tell us about some of the things you've done for beautification.
Yeah, one of those things is called the Cohort Project, in which I get to sort of spearhead some kind of effort in the downtown that I personally think would make an impact. And as an artist, I see the lines of the architectural space, and I just thought that curve of the 2 Park Street building and the big awning and the way the downtown comes together at County and Main Street and Park, that we should line it all with lights and really just showcase the whole heart of the downtown, not just Gilbert Perry Square, though that looks great right now too. We put lights there and all down Union, and it's wonderful to look on Facebook and hear people talking about how beautiful it looks and how much they want it to stay there. And that's exactly what is going to happen. It's going to stay.
And that is all thankful to you, Miss Tracy, because you're the one who did spearhead it and found the materials. You worked with Derek Corsi over.
Still working.
Still working.
Yeah.
But what a change it has made for the downtown.
Oh, it looks so lovely. I have a funny story about that too. Those of you who take photos, many of us do now, know that nighttime photos look best in the rain. When everything's wet, the lights bounce. So it was raining like heck Sunday, and I stayed up until midnight and went to the district at midnight so I could stand in the middle of the street in the rain and get pictures of the lights, and it looks really good. So it's worth it sometimes to stay up past my bedtime.
I knew there was something wrong with you. I wasn't quite sure, but standing in the middle of the street at midnight, come on.
Well, it's the safest time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I had a fluorescent raincoat, but I did feel crazy. There were people driving by still like, what is that lady doing? But it's the best time to get the pictures. There's no traffic. I really want to showcase what's happening downtown and make it feel like a place. And this in development terms is place making. And, it really, what it means is showing care to the people who use the space, invite people there, make them feel safe, well lit, loved. Part of that are peripheral visual cues. And that is what public art does. Someone might, question the value of that. And there is something to be said for coming upon a wall that you just never would expect, and it causes you to think. And I don't mean in very diversive terms. I'm just talking about beautiful. I'm talking about a note of Attleboro's history, or some really amazing geometric shape. We want to promote local artists in Attleboro that live and work there, and show them that there are ways to create your work outside of your home. We could blow it up really big and put it on a local wall and really showcase all the talent and beauty that's there. So I've been helping some of that happen.
Well, and you've done a tremendous job. Now let's step away from the beautification for a minute and talk a little bit about some of the small business grants that you've been able to get through TDI to help some of the small businesses in downtown.
Yeah. Well, when I arrived in the district, we were finishing up some grants that were here before I arrived. And one of those was the cosign grant, which offered quite a few downtown businesses new signage for their facades. And that has gone wonderfully. Some of those businesses are even pushing further now that they have a new sign, and they fix up their window space. They added lighting. This is still happening. So that was really successful, and it really just gives a boost to business owners that, may not have design skills to create a really interesting and well thought sign, which was something that I was able to help with in a design element. Another small business grant that we did was when I arrived was the direct to business grant. And we were still, feeling post COVID. I mean, we still are now. And I think that what I noticed when I got to the district was just this need for these business owners to get a little cash and do what they needed to do with it. Not too many questions, not too many guidelines, just like, what do you need? Tell us what you need and how much it costs, and we're going to try to help you out. And that was a really good one. We gave away, I believe it was like $40,000 to 12 different businesses, and it ranged from one business I just visited last night, and they finished their interior renovation with our grant, and it looks amazing. New floor, all painted, beautifully painted and redone. It's just, wow. It makes such a difference when you can walk into a space and know that it's totally redone, and the owner is beaming, looking at me like, this is amazing, So he was also a recipient of the cosign program. So, we've really been like sprucing them up, trying to help out with that, where some property owners won't really rise to the occasion. A new grant that we're creating for fiscal year 24 coming up is a business-led public space activation grant, where we're really trying to meld the idea that retail needs to be an experience now. We all know that no one's just wandering around shopping anymore. You can do that on your phone without your pants on. Like, why would you do anything else? So, I mean, it's true. So the online shopping is just like, people don't have to leave their house. So what makes you go out? You want to go out to eat. You want to have a nice dinner. You want to have an atmospheric experience. And the same goes for retail now. So Champagne Mondays, events like you do, Jack, all the time, have events at different business spaces and draw people in to engage with that business. And they will most likely patronize that business online later as well. So once you have this connection with a space intimately, you care about it. I care about the Colonel Blackington, and I hope you all do too. It's so great. You should buy gift cards there for all of your family members. So I think that there's that connection that we're trying to promote with this grant, where we will supply funding for businesses who collaborate together to create an outdoor event downtown. That can translate into so many things. It can translate into a fitness program. It can translate into an Oktoberfest. It can translate into a taste downtown. We can do these things where we're taking advantage of our beautiful park spaces and our outdoor spaces downtown, and our shared spaces as well, and really show business owners how they can do that and how that goes. How do you do an event where you might take up the sidewalk and part of the street? Like, we can work with them. And another grant that we're supplying for the downtown this year is a flood relief grant, right, which is geared towards businesses who suffered the September 11th flood this year, which was just devastating. And we wanted to set aside some money in our TDI program because it was the TDI district that was slammed by that flood, and just show our small business owners that we're there for them. And we, this is a community effort, and we want to help somehow.
And the support that you and the TDI group has shown the downtown has just been such a breath of fresh air. I've lived in town a long time. I've worked with a lot of the businesses downtown, but it's good to see all the collaboration that you've created and the interworking between the different businesses, because that's what's going to bring part of our downtown back. We're never going to have the downtown that we had 20 years ago.
Exactly.
But some of the new, we've got a couple of new restaurants downtown, a couple of new shops downtown. It's being, the lights make a tremendous difference. If you haven't had a chance, folks, take a drive through there after dusk, go through the nighttime, see what a huge difference. I don't suggest you go out at midnight like some folks we know, but go and check it out.
I know. I debated whether to tell you that, but thought I just would anyway.
You just give me more ammunition to pick on you. That's all.
I know. I kind of love it. Kind of love it, I have to admit. You say this all the time. I think I got this from you, that businesses are people. Like, who runs a business? People, a family, your neighbor. And I've always had a really deep connection with people. And the art that I create it's more about the connection with my collectors and my collaborators than the final product sometimes. So I think that getting businesses to talk to each other and to work together and to see each other's success as their own is how this grows. And you're right. It will not be the downtown of yesteryear, but there is something in the future, and it can be built with collaboration.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So as we start to wrap up, any final words for us?
Merry Christmas.
Oh, well, Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for all of the efforts that you've done for Attleboro and our TDI district. Thank you to Mass Development. Folks, thank you once again for joining us here at the United Regional Chambers Weekly Update. Big shout out to James Friedman and the team over there at AACS who put up with me all the time. He can tell you. Okay. Folks, thank you very much. We hope everybody has a very wonderful and happy holiday season. Whatever you celebrate, be safe.